It seems like the you know, the New Age movement has become, okay, we understand all this advanced information about consciousness and energy in the universe and creating reality, which really isn't that new. It's actually quite old. It's just come around full circle through science and complete digression. But now it's like, how do we take advantage of that energy more than how do we use that energy to enrich ourselves as human beings? And so the same underlying motivations as greed and self-centeredness and need for recognition and mine is still pervasive through this enlightened community. So what do we do about this? How do we change it?
Well, I think we can keep elevating it. I remember for years and years embracing that ego was not a good thing as one was on their spiritual path. And I remember letting go of ego so much that I was a non-person. Now I encourage people to have sense of self. And I do encourage people to present themselves. I think that this is healthy. We're always going to be refining the levels of greed and me, and those kinds of things. Hopefully, as we evolve, I would say that that's what we're doing. But at the same time, learning to offer a hand of recognition to another or a helping hand to someone else who's developing. And I think we can do this. You know, even just something so little as learning to pay attention to what you say about others. In general in your life, but since we're talking about this, I see energy work and expanded consciousness as energy work itself. I see it as a viable profession, and then there are many other professions within this collective consciousness, this community of expanded consciousness, that it's time that we can start to say to one another and demonstrate there is plenty of work for all of us. There is plenty to do, and that together we can really move forward. You know, we're a culture that we buy homes, we use our intuition to see where we should be. We're a force that's growing. I know that our numbers may not be that big, but again, science is showing us that there's this exponential effect, and really numbers don't have to be that big. So if we can create some new level of unity, and it doesn't have to be making nice, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just to respect. Even if I disagree with you, I can respect you for what you're doing. So we have work to do. Those are just some little examples of just little things that I think can make a big difference.
Well, thanks. I appreciate your opinion on that. I mean, it's something that really has to be addressed, and not enough people are talking about it, not enough people are doing something about it. So thanks for that. But let's get back to your work. You've made some splashes in South America and Europe, and I'm just kind of curious, being here in the United States, people have their own almost blinders on as far as the rest of the world and where people are progressing. But this conscious movement is as alive, if not more so, in some of these other countries. Can you tell us about what you've seen?
Yes, some of the things we've looked at that we've had to work with are even like the different countries and the legality of practicing energy work. That's one of the challenges. And in Germany, there's this branch of the government that works with regulating holistic practices. And this DGAM, they actually developed a special course for our EMF balancing technique practitioners and teachers for them to take so that they can practice legally in Germany. That's just one place. We're starting to see the work be recognized by insurance companies in Canada. There's actually been a few here in the United States, very, very small, but that sessions can be paid for by insurance companies, and even some of the trainings, the teachers' trainings, by an insurance company. So we're starting to find out how to move within the system. And I understand there are those who will say, well, the system's not going to be around, but for now the system is around.
System is here, sure.
And I'm learning how to be within that system.
And so, yeah, you can say, well, hey, I'm now regulated. I've made it to the top. Yes.
That's very good. Not exactly what I thought when I first, I mean, we're all rebels. We're all rebels in this arena. Personally, I'm looking for evolutionaries. That's,
right.
You know, those who are evolutionaries who can live this. So learning how to function in these different countries. In Uruguay, we were just presented by the Ministry of Tourism a recognition for us being there and for holding an event there, and we're waiting for a recognition from the Ministry of Culture. So here we are, we're a cultural event with this work. We build, sometimes I'll have classes with people from as many as 18 different countries in one room. In Sedona in June, I have an event happening here. I will have people from over 30 different countries in one class. They roll
Wow.
up their sleeves, they work energetically, and we build bridges of understanding.
That's amazing. We're getting tight on time, so
Sure.
I've got a couple products here. This is the Lattice Reframing Your Reality. Looks like it was shot beautifully outside. Who's this on the cover?
This is Andreas Hoffmann, and he is a German Tai Chi master. We worked with him for 2 years to create a really nice Tai Chi DVD so that people can start to experience working with their own universal calibration lattice, that system in the energy anatomy I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so here's another one. This is, I guess, Reframing Your Reality. This is your video.
Yes.
I'm going to hold it up just for a second, but we don't want to.
The lattice, yes, and reframing one's reality. That's big news these days. And learning how to work within the lattice. There's some real nice animations over on this DVD. And the animations are like open-eyed meditations or open-eyed experience. And there's also a little bit of teaching people how to do an introductory EMF balancing technique energy session. So it's got good information in there for people to try, to apply, to work with, to do, which is nice. And having said all of that, there are times that we want to be still. That people will say, but it is all within the stillness. And that is appropriate. And then there are times to do. So it's learning that magical word of balance, when to take action and when to go still. And I think that that's important for us to remember that.
Well, I know that we haven't spent a whole lot of time going in depth on what EMF balancing is, but I think really what we have succeeded in doing is getting to know Peggy Phoenix Dubro in a way that maybe hasn't been done in some other interviews, and that give people an opportunity to connect with you and what you're all about without, touting, well, this is what this is all about. Because if they want to learn about EMF balancing, they can go to your website, and what's that? www.emfworldwide.com. Okay, that's emfworldwide.com. And if you just Google Peggy Phoenix Dubro, you'll probably run across her schedule, all kinds of reviews from guys like Greg Braden, who really, really supports her work.
Thank you.
And there's just a whole lot of stuff happening, and you're right there at the forefront. So
thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Ron.